We're here at Real Talks with Rechie, take 7. All right. Thank you so much, Naina and Parth, for joining here today. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy entrepreneurial schedules to be here on this important discussion. I think it's really important that we get to know our amazing entrepreneurs. So I just want to give a shout out to your MP, Chandra Arya, who does an amazing job supporting small businesses. And I believe your small business is located in Nepean in his riding. So tell us a little bit about Tapri Chai.
So, Tapri Chai is a cafe specializing in Indian chai and street food. So a few years ago during COVID, we realized that all the large coffee chains were selling chai tea, but it was very syrupy, made with syrups. It wasn't the real thing. And making chai is an art, and we wanted to share that. I mean, my dad, he drinks 10 cups of chai a day. So, I mean, I know the art really well because like I've been making chai multiple times a day. So we wanted to share the simplicity and the background and the traditional way of having it that comes culturally. And even more so, we both are vegetarian, and we didn't find a lot of vegetarian options when we had moved back in 2016 to Canada. But the situation is so much better now with all the vegan and vegetarian options. So we wanted to open a cafe of some sort, honoring our culture, our food experiences that we had in India, and share with the Canadian market that Indian food is so much more than butter chicken and naan, which I'm sure is amazing. But there's a lot of street experience that comes with Indian food.
And so both of you immigrated from India here to Canada. And what year was that when you came here?
I came in 2016.
And for me, it was 2017.
That's amazing. And I mean, I met you at Startup Canada. And I think what you shared with me there was really amazing, you know, just how you took something that you're passionate about and you turned it into a business. I mean, you just shared with me right now, you've been a part of many different things that actually help entrepreneurs. So what made you go from supporting entrepreneurs, helping the ecosystem, to actually becoming one?
I thought I could best, at that time, I thought I could best help entrepreneurs if I was one, so I could understand what they go through. I still help entrepreneurs, I mentor them, and we always have entrepreneurs visiting the cafe, shadowing us, and just getting to learn the experience. My education was in entrepreneurship, and then just getting into that ecosystem, seeing that fire, that passion of building something, of solving any problems. Ours was basically a passion project. We were doing our jobs. We would rent out commercial kitchens over the weekends, and we'd do pop-up cafes that went insanely viral, but it was amazing. And but even then, we didn't think that we would do this full time. We didn't have it in us back then. We still continued our jobs. Parth is still doing his job. So I feel there is still that sense of security, but also we were very passionate. I mean, Parth, he's in tech, and he's very passionate about that, and I was very passionate about running programs and communities for entrepreneurs. I still am. But now we have Tapri, and we really enjoy what we do there as well. So it was always like, I mean, when we had to make that decision that we need to pick one, it was really hard. But I mean, the ecosystem has been incredibly supportive to us. So we wanted to give back, and we try to do so as much as we can.
Your journeys, listening to it, is very similar to what I experienced and what I went through. I mean, my parents immigrated from the Philippines to Kitwe, Zambia, Africa, where my brother and I were born, and then we came here to Canada. I mean, same here. I was hustling. I was working full time, taking care and raising my kids. But entrepreneurial was like accidental. It wasn't like something that was on purpose. My passion was when I discovered my passion baking my daughter's first birthday cake, and I think I shared with that at Startup Canada. And I think what's interesting is that as entrepreneurs, we have to, when we make the decision to do something, we can't fully commit all the way, because it's, you know, you're juggling many different things. For me, it was juggling family along with my entrepreneurial adventure. For you, it's trying to make sure you're juggling work and then building your business to a more sustainable point. But I'm really proud of you for making that big step. and doing something that is something that you've grown up with for so long and bringing that forward to a city like Nepean so that others can share the joy that you have with tasting chai flavors. Now, I heard you brought some chai with you, and so I was hoping, this is going to be my first time trying your chai tea. So I'd love to try some, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Like, this is the best part. This is hands down the best part.
Okay, we just save the throw.
So while he's pouring the chai tea, so is this this recipe, has it been passed down from generation to generation in your family?
To be honest, I think everyone makes chai differently, but the only difference is the ratio of milk, sugar, tea leaves, and milk. And it's depending on your preference. So I mean, this is a recipe my dad makes, and he's the biggest tea drinker in the family that I've seen. So like for him, it's always like because he drinks so much chai, he needs the chai to be made quickly, and he doesn't like too much milk in it. So it depends, but I feel chai is very simple. Everyone knows how to make it in India, and then we had to do some experiments when we decided to open this. So this is what we settled on, and this is what we like, and this is what the customers have been liking so far as well.
Well, I'm excited. We're gonna have to do a cheers together.
Absolutely.
A Tapri Chai cheers. Yay, cheers.
Yes.
Okay, it's the first time trying it.
It's very hot.
Oh, I love it hot. Oh, yeah.
So this is kadak chai. This is
so
ginger
good.
and cardamom
Yeah,
chai.
so the spices in chai is both ginger and cardamom. And I guess, like, to your point, the ratio between the
Yes.
spice levels.
Yes. So this is the ginger and cardamom. We have another chai as well, which is masala chai, which is also super popular. And that one has 7 other spices. So based on different preferences, we can make chai accordingly. They both are our best sellers, but we thought because it's a hot day, we probably don't want to make the chai more warmer. So
I only drink hot drinks, actually.
Okay.
So this is perfect. And it tastes really, really rich and like creamy and also sweet, but I feel like it's not too sweet. Sometimes I go to parties and I'm like, ooh, too much sugar. Like someone went heavy-handed with the sugar, which isn't the greatest, but this is so delicious. So Tapri Chai tea, and exclusively at your cafe. And I think what you shared with me the last time we met was you serve other products as well. Can you share what else you have in your cafe?
For sure.
So along with the chai, we specialize in Indian street food as well. So we have chaats that people usually eat on the streets of northern part of India. So let me explain what chaat is like. So it's kind of the base is usually the chickpea. Then if it's samosa chaat, then what we do, it's kind of smashed a pair of samosas. Then we top it with the yogurt, tamarind chutney, mint chutney, and some crisp on the top. So that's our, I think, our number one
Bestseller. Yes.
bestseller so far in 1 year.
Yes, and except that we have, so we handpicked some different snacks from different parts of India that were really popular and that went with chai. So we curated a menu, and then, so Parth and I, we are from very different parts of India. So when I visited his family, we actually went to those street vendors, and I wasn't a professional cook back in the day. In fact, we survived on instant noodles when we had first started dating. So so we learned the recipes from them, and this is one thing we do at Tapri. We don't do spice levels. We want our guests to experience the honest and the true and the authentic experience that they would get in the Indian streets. Our food is not super hot, but it's not too mild either. So so we have, like, starting from vada pav, which is Bombay's specialty, to all the meals option, rice bowls. We have a bunch of food options there as well.
I grew up eating Indian food because it was around me since like practically birth. Yes, and so it's delicious. It's my favorite is Tapri Chai, pani puri,
Okay.
bindi, obviously butter chicken. Gotta have butter chicken. Tandoori, like if you, but not just like chicken tandoori, but like many other different tandooris as well. Seafood tandoori, shrimp tandoori. It's like so delicious. But yeah, I love Indian food.
You should definitely stop by to try papri chaat and pani puri then.
I will most definitely. I'm looking at my team. Most definitely be passing by so we can have like a day to try some of your delicious food as well. But this is so good. So one of the things that I was curious about, I mean, you've got such a rich background, you know, in supporting entrepreneurs. How did you come across Futurepreneur as an entrepreneur?
So how we I think it's kind of a long story. Futurepreneur was not our first option, to be honest with you. We went to the traditional banks, but we did not succeed getting the loan through the traditional method. And one of our friends actually recommended Futurepreneur, and thankfully we were able to talk to them. And the account representative over there, he was super helpful, and we were able to secure not only the loan, the mentorship, and the networking opportunity over there. That's how we are here to meet you today as well.
Wow. Well, what I can tell you is that I hear this all the time. And I mean, being an entrepreneur myself, I bootstrapped my business. I had the means to do it when I first started, but not every entrepreneur, especially if you're a newcomer or if you're just like brand new to entrepreneurship, sometimes it's very difficult. And the challenges with going to a traditional bank is that sometimes they're looking for very specific qualifications. And the beauty with Futurepreneur is that they've been in this supporting young entrepreneurs age 18 to 39 for a very long time. And what I love about what they offer isn't just the funding, which is vitally important. They offer the mentorship that you said, the guidance to help you with, maybe you need marketing, maybe you need to help develop your plan, maybe you just have some gaps in your business model that needs a bit of like advice, and then they give you that, and that helps you succeed. And I mean, the fact that you're here now with their help is very telling. And so I appreciate Futurepreneur, and I shout out to the entire team who helps entrepreneurs like yourselves every single day. And I'm proud to say that our government continues to fund Futurepreneur, and you were there to witness with Budget 2024, $60 million to help Futurepreneur, and that will ultimately help how many more hundreds, if not thousands of young entrepreneurs like yourself. And I think the one thing I'll share is, you know, when I started my business, I already had 2 kids, grown kids. I was working full time, and I was in my mid-30s. And when I discovered my creative passion, it was like, it made me feel so alive. You know, working 9 to 5 was good. It was great being an individual contributor, but the minute you're an entrepreneur and you're kind of like problem solving your life away, it's very rewarding when you do the work, and then it becomes very rewarding in the end. But Futurepreneur for me is such an amazing organization, because there's times where I'm like, what if I discovered what I wanted to do like earlier in life? And I think giving young people the opportunity to even just pursue your passion at a younger age you have less risk. You don't have to worry about all these responsibilities. So you're more likely to have bolder ideas, more likely to be more ambitious. And that's why I really support Futurepreneur. So thank you for sharing. And so you've gone through it all. You've supported entrepreneurs, and I love that you give back to other entrepreneurs. I think that's amazing, and I'm sure you're inspiring so many other entrepreneurs to do the same thing. So what advice, maybe I'll start with you, what advice would you give, knowing what you know now, what would you tell entrepreneurs or someone who's looking to start their business?
I would say I have a few things to comment on that. Start small and test the market. It took us 2 years where we are right now. We were persistent enough, so be persistent in your passion. build a community. We still see our customer who was on our first day of opening in our pop-up shop. They are still coming to visit us like after couple of years as well. So building a community would be the third thing, and just follow your passion and you will get lots of no's throughout your journey. Just do not get discouraged, just trust in the process, and you will get there.
Oh, I love that. Trust the process. And I think the one thing I'll add there, you're absolutely right. Sometimes the process, as I said, entails falling down, making mistakes. But the thing is, you get back up and you figure it out. And sometimes when you figure it out, you actually come back smarter, more resilient. And that's the beauty of entrepreneurs. So I would 100% agree with you there. And yourself, Nina?
I think, first of all, for us, it was know your why. Why are you doing that? Especially for a business like ours, we feel like giving up almost every day, sometimes twice a day. Kitchen life is hard. It's you know that, so at every night, whenever we've had a rough day, we always sit down, we talk about what went wrong, but in the end, why are we doing this? Why did we start Tapri? And that gives us the motivation to actually wake up the next day and go back. Otherwise, I would have sold that thing like I don't know how many times till now. Except that, know your numbers. I say that very proudly. I'm a very creative person. But I let him take care of all the boring things, all the numbers, logistics. I do the recipes, I can do marketing, I cannot do numbers. So if you don't know numbers, be honest about it, with yourself, and find someone. That's not the reason I found him, but make sure you either hire someone or you have someone in your team who's really good with numbers. And third is dream big. Because we were young, because we were new to the industry, we didn't have a lot of experience. A lot of people asked us to open carts or just keep doing pop-ups until we had the money to open a cafe. But make sure that you know what you want to do. And with organizations like Futurepreneur, they didn't question us why we wanted to do this. They didn't question us for our age, our experience, or called us naive. And so you need that supportive system. Otherwise, even though the community is very supportive and all, but you need to make sure that you know what your dreams are, you know what you want to do, and you start small, you test the market, but then know where you want to go, and you create that path for yourself.
That's like really great advice. I think when I hear what you shared, I think when you said know your limits kind of thing, I think it's some entrepreneurs don't realize their own strengths or weaknesses, or they know their strengths, but they may not know areas that they're weakest at or not as strong at. And I think it's important to know that, because if you're not good at, say, I'm making it up, but like marketing or something like that, you focus on what you're good at. And in my case, baking was my thing. And I focused on that. But you can bring on board someone. You can. I was really fortunate because I had amazing family. Like my brother was like the best packer. Like he would package like so quick, and we got orders out the door. But like if you need help, you need to ask for help. Entrepreneurs are like terrified of asking for help. It's almost like, no, we can do it all. But at some point, in order for you to level up your business, you need to ask for guidance, whether that's Futurepreneur or other types of support. And my husband became like the best delivery person. Like everyone in my family like stepped up. And then even my daughter and my son, when they were little, just like yourself in a commercial kitchen, they would be like rolling different things with me. They would be like, especially cookies, like just, they would help out. And just, I love how sometimes you need to just bring in people to support you. And when you do that, then, you can get bigger and better each time. So I love the advice that you shared. One of the things I wanted to know is Tapri, for those that are watching that don't know, Tapri has a very specific meaning. And could you share that with us?
So it means a roadside cart or a small shop selling chai and quick snacks with it, and that's our whole concept. And these shops, they're not fancy. You just quickly grab, go during your breaks or after your school. You go there, chill with your friends, and just enjoy having conversations there. And that's the space we have tried to create. And even there, we have seen so many friendships form, so many friendships with our staff, with us, even amongst the customers. They just chat, and then a month after, we know that okay, they're dining in together, which is amazing, which is exactly what we wanted to do here.
So we know about your tea. You share with us like the amazing food that you have. Where are you located in Nepean?
So we are located on Kenville Drive in Barhaven, and
Just right across the Costco in Barham.
Amazing. And how can folks follow you online?
so you can find us at Tapri Chai Canada, and we are on Instagram, Facebook, and then we are working on other social media means as well, if and when we find a good social media person.
Amazing. But thank you so much for bringing in your amazing Tapri Chai tea. It's absolutely delicious. I'm definitely going to roll in. I'm a foodie, and I have my Foodie Fridays. So, so at some point, I'm definitely going to come by and visit your business for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Any final last words?
I mean, just thank you for having us and for supporting Futurepreneur as well. And I mean, that organization is amazing. It's not just programs and mentorship, it's also the kickstart to starting different businesses for entrepreneurs like us. And it's so important. And we hope with the funding that you've provided, they create even more funding buckets and more programming to support entrepreneurs and for them to grow as well. And for you, thank you to you as well for doing this. And I know I've seen you at so many events, actually supporting small business owners, knowing their problems, and actually working relentlessly to solve them.
I think I'm really fortunate because I'm in a portfolio where I was an entrepreneur before. And I think you need to know what it's like. You need to know what the experiences are to be able to put policies forward that benefit small businesses. And by the way, I didn't just have one. From the one, it grew into another, and it kept on. You just kind of become, you kind of love it. And as I was telling you earlier, sometimes you get the entrepreneurial itch, So, but for me, I get so much. Listen, being an MP or a minister it's not an easy job. It's challenging at best, but meeting entrepreneurs like yourself really motivate me to say, okay, I can do this, gotta keep going. So I appreciate everything that you do. I'm proud of you again for starting your business together. And I think it's wonderful that, people say you can't mix business with pleasure, but this is a perfect example where, you have been able to, as a couple, do this together. And I have to give kudos to you because you have, I guess, the brains, right? He's got the numbers, he's really focused there. You've got the passion, you've got the drive to help create recipes, etc. And I think it's the perfect recipe. So well done.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.